Now, it's an uncomfortable truth and not nearly often talked about, that there's a very pervasive self-defeating streak in a lot of INFJs. It's not often talked about because it's not sexy. And you know that a lot of videos, especially videos that want to score very well on YouTube, will tell you how INFJs have all these secret superpowers and are intimidating to others and make the INFJ look like a kind of a supernatural being. Now, it's flattery in one sense, it's deeply unhelpful in another sense. And even if some of the content makes sense in a kind of abstract way, there's really no point telling you about how to be successful as an INFJ or how to harness your potential in all this conscious world if you don't address any of the unconscious hurdles that INFJs experience, understanding the INFJ unconscious. Give all the successful, how to get success kind of, or how to harness your potential tips to an INFJ. If you don't address their unconscious drive towards self-defeating behaviors, that will all be for nothing, because the INFJ might start implementing some of that stuff and unconsciously sort of just cancel it out masochistically in a very thorough fashion. And that's because they derive an unconscious benefit from being self-defeating. So really those videos are utterly pointless, and show a drastic lack of understanding of the human psyche. It's not sexy to talk about masochism. It's not sexy to talk about self-defeating behavior. They're essentially synonymous words, synonymous terms. Of course, I'm not talking about BDSM, you understand. I'm talking about what's referred to often as moral masochism. What are the secondary or the hidden benefits? Because at first you might believe that it's weird to talk about benefits from self-defeating behaviors. But it's precisely insofar as the person finds benefits that they repetitively engage in this compulsion to repeat the self-defeating patterns. I can see two main reasons why the INFJ often has this unconscious compulsion to self-defeating behavior in the face of the promise of success. First of all, because maybe they just cannot handle the idea of success because they feel too guilty. And to someone who feels guilt almost innately, the idea of being a successful person is unbearable because it adds so much to their guilt. So here what you need to address is the guilt first, not how to be successful, because you won't bear being successful because you feel too much guilt. And what's the ideal antidote to this unbearable sense of guilt when you start seeing a sketch of future success? Self-defeating behavior. You punish yourself. It's painful, but it relieves your guilt. Now, the second hidden benefit is the perpetuation of a narrative about your ego ideal. If you're about to experience some success, but your ego ideal is overblown, any success that you realistically are going to encounter is going to be less than your ego ideal is indicating is your destiny. So in a very paradoxical sense, the success that you're going to be experiencing will actually remind you of how little you are compared to your ego ideal. And so success is threatening because, in a sense, success becomes failure in the face of an unrealistic, unconscious ego ideal. And here is the key, is addressing the ego ideal and why it's overblown. Now, the two are linked because a strong superego is always synonymous with strong guilt. Let me know in the comments what you thought, guys. Don't forget that, give me a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget about the 2 books I've written about INFJs. The Ecstatic Soul, which is my book on the INFJ mind, which is the deepest investigation on the type to this day. Get it at the link below in the description box for a small amount of money, and that supports me too. As well as the Infinite Soul, my latest book on the INFJ, which is all about how INFJs can find meaning, purpose, and value in the world today. So very relevant to our current conversation. All right, the first link below is to my book, the Infinite Soul. And as usual, guys, don't forget that you can support me on Patreon. I could not do it without you, and I need your support more than ever. So for a small amount every month, please consider supporting my work. You also get access to cool perks like access to our Discord server, the Fourfold, and bonus video contents, a deep dive into a topic of your choice every 2-3 weeks by myself. See you soon, guys, and thank you so much.